here we are with Humblewood. We Didn't Start the Fire, Season 1, Episode 4. We're in June 2020, and
I'm Tyler, I'm the GM, and to my left we have X playing Y.
Peter as Pipsqueak Smallpaws, the German cleric.
I'm Devin as Redbeak, the Pesquet's parrot, who's a ranger, a forest person. Tintooth died of his injuries.
Yes.
On the way to his home planet.
And my name is RD, and I'm playing Luna, the Loony Luma, and she's a sorcerer and a Luma.
Okay, so you want to take it away with the recap?
Okay, last episode what happened was we were still in Tin Town. That meteor let a lava monster out of it. A bunch of fire bats showed up. We had to break into two teams and stop everything from catching fire, and couldn't. So we took a bunch of refugees to Alderheart, and on the way we're attacked by bandits, and we killed a lot of those bandits. Oh no, and Tintooth died. Sad, sad.
We're attacked by river Vikings.
If I remember correctly, you allegedly killed a lot of those bandits.
I thought, bandits were killed.
Some. But
Some now?
Because it was a tie at 0, there was a compromise. And the compromise was that they seemed to be killed, but lived to fight another day.
Yeah, sure, but the compromise between kill 100% of them isn't kill less than 50% of them. That's not a compromise. At least half of those bodies were bloody.
Bloody, sure.
We believe we killed them. That's good enough.
Yeah. You walk away confident that you killed those bandits.
Aha.
And we didn't start any fires.
We'll talk about the definition of compromise one day.
Do you want 50% of your team to die too?
Yes. I agree. Upvote. Give me the button that I hit and a person randomly in the world dies. Oh, do I get something from it?
I mean, Tintooth died, so we just need to kill a Bucky and we're good.
Yeah, fucking Bucky Barnes here has to become the winter gerbil, Nicole.
So, we're all...
or we could retro that was the compromise. That you die from your injuries, and you take out the bandits.
Yes.
With screaming.
Yes.
Live
Yes.
fast, die screaming. Please.
It was a fucking slaughter.
Okay.
Good. I'm happy. Friendship with Tyler established.
Because I didn't really want to bring them back.
Tintooth died by how he lived, killing slavers.
Okay, so you guys arrive back at Alderheart. I'll set the scene for you, and then we'll launch over into a player's turn. So when you left, it was surrounded by refugees. And when you return, it is likewise surrounded by refugees, only the numbers seem to have swelled since then, especially considering the recent outpouring of magma and ember bats and that violent explosion from the scar. The numbers of people milling about has gone up exponentially. And they are not only there, they've started to settle in. And they're erecting what amounts to basically a shanty town around the bottom roots of Alderheart. They've broken off into distinct communities. Hedges are keeping to their own. Birdfolk are keeping to themselves. You know, there's various groups and districts. Public works and things like that are shaky at best. Any of you who have any kind of experience in either civic administration or military campaigns or just plain camping are aware that the sanitation in this place is suffering greatly. It is not equipped to be a long-term settlement. Everything's just been kind of roughly thrown up. You can see the great lifts that are at the bottom of Alderheart have stalled. They're not going up and down constantly the way they usually do, taking influxes of new people down and up all the time. And there's likewise a bit of a hastily erected fence around the bottom of Alderheart, specifically the areas where there are lifts. Okay, it's at this point where Jacqueline and the convoy takes their leave of you. You've got them back safely to their destination, so she mentions she appreciates everything that you guys have done. She says very successful campaign. You guys were able to get more supplies than she thought. back there safely, especially the trick of the late druid with encasing it in ice really managed to carry it further. And she looks forward to working with you again if the opportunity ever arises. But for now, she's got to go fulfill her contract.
After she leaves, I want to look at her. Was she supposed to pay us? I don't know. Were we getting paid for this? I feel like we talked about this before, but I don't remember we getting paid.
Arthur the Gallus, the member of the Perch Guard who was assigned to your convoy to kind of keep a watch over you, does not leave with Jacqueline. He stays with you guys.
I don't think we agreed on any pay other than, the poor people getting some fair share of the medicine.
Supply and demand. I think they should, I guess we did a good thing. Someone will pay us later for it, I think.
Okay. And player's turn. You may spend your checks. Although, before we... how do you want to introduce your character? You want to just show up? You want to wait for a good opportunity to make yourself known? You want to do it as part of the player's turn? How do you want to play this?
How old are your characters? And I only accept answers in the form of kid, teen, young adult, adult, old.
No, I don't.
Teen.
Okay. I am also a teen. We are friends.
Okay.
You know me because I'm a bird person, and all bird people know each other.
Isn't he not a bird person?
Who was I pointing at, Nicole? I was pointing at the bird person. Mind your own, artist. She's drawing right now, listeners. That's why I called her that slur. So, where was I? Okay, you know me because all bird people know each other. We're both the same age. And you're a squeaky wheel that wants, gross mouse people to live with the bird people.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm totally on board with that. I'm also a sucker for a lost cause.
So what have you been up to until the immediate present?
I've been on the front lines, getting animals and herds and stuff out of the forest when the fires are coming.
Okay. What brings you to Alderheart?
It's getting worse, and really I'm just coming back to just check in with people, fill up information, and seeing if there's any more work that can be done.
Okay. So as you return to Alderheart, sort of on your mission to address the council with regard to that, you see a convoy returning, spearheaded by your friend.
Perfect, I'll approach. So, for listeners, because we have to describe my character now, my character is what is the term I'm looking for? I'm not using that other word. It's a Pesquet's parrot. They're like a red and black parrot. Google it. They're average height for a parrot person and covered in hides and skins and camo gear while carrying a rather large assortment of delumbering axes.
What's your animal companion?
A wolf.
Sick. Do you ride the wolf?
I don't know, probably, whenever the mood strikes me.
There you go.
Is a normal wolf a dire wolf?
Is the wolf bigger?
A wolf is a wolf. They're
Is it
fucking
bigger
big,
than
man.
Is it bigger than the parrot?
I don't know, man. It's however big a wolf is in proportion to a person. Wolves are fucking
Yeah,
huge.
it would be like a wolf proportional to a person.
Yeah. And wolves are huge. They're not dingoes and they're not dogs. They're wolves. They don't need to be dire. They're already there. It's a wolf.
Wolf.
Anyway, yeah, his feathers are black. He has red accents all across his body. And what was that?
That's just the ambient noise.
Fucking marks
Apparently
here.
it gets a little loud sometimes.
Gets a little marky. Yeah, I don't know. His beak has red dye on it and stuff. He colors his beak in to look chipped and shit.
There we go.
There you are. There's the character. There's Red Beak.
Okay. So you join on with these guys, and
Yeah,
you may now
walk
start
on
to...
Oh
See,
wow,
you guys
I
are spending your
totally
checks
know
on
you. I totally know you because we all know each other as bird people.
Yes.
Now I've established rapport.
Now, peak for dominance.
For my species keywords, I picked strike fiercely, be an extrovert, hunt prey, and gather treasure. Things birds do. I didn't even try to make it a D&D thing, but it turned into that by the last one.
Those are good words. No, we'll do that at the end of the player's turn.
Anyway, someone else should take a check.
Hello, Redbeak. I have this great idea where we're gonna go to, I want to go to a zoo, even though there's like a refugee crisis happening right in front of me, and like people desperately need my help, but I really want to go to the zoo. So I'm gonna try and find the zoo with the mystical creatures in it.
Are there some
Okay.
moves?
There are if she succeeds at a check.
You're gonna start asking questions about fucking Zootopia the creators didn't want to have to answer.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the gargoyle, the one that's a dog.
The dog gargoyle, Brooklyn or whatever.
So
Okay, so how are you going to go about finding out information on your zoo?
I think I'm just going to go to a person and be like, hello, my name is Luna. I hear you are a very big city with lots of cool things, and very big city mean you must have a zoo, right? Yeah? Let me go see it.
Okay, so
That's-
you are going to go around and ask people for information on
Not
the zoo.
refugees.
Not well, you're
Like the people at the front, at the lifts and stuff.
the guards.
Say, hi, I want to go to a zoo.
Are you from here? You're
Hello,
supposed to
my
be
name
here.
is Luna. I know that you are in a very big predicament.
I thought it was
So that's going to be very difficult. It's probably going to be so difficult that you cannot succeed on a straight check. So what I would recommend, like, you can roll it if you want, but what I would recommend you do is you have how many checks?
3.
So try and build to that. Instead of just spending your first check on, I want to ask this question, spend 2 checks gearing up to it. Maybe go around and try and establish a reputation some way that would be favorable to the guards, so they might be inclined to even talk to you. Maybe spend a resources check to find a bribe that you could give to someone to make them more inclined to part with information. Maybe search around for any evidence that someone has been to a zoo or encountered magical animals recently in the past, and as a result would know the information that you're looking for,
Okay, I think
so that you can like accumulate some dice towards this roll.
I'd like to take a little walk around the refugee camp and look for a man, maybe somebody who looks like a zookeeper, someone who likes maybe like a circus thing, like maybe he like has a cage of animals with him that are magic, and I say hello, I want to find the zoo, but not like directly. We're going to build up to that.
What about making an Arcana check to see if you can discern any trace magical residue on people?
That's a good idea. I will do that.
Okay, so that would be an OB2 check.
That is still very hard for me. But I did it!
Okay. So there's a whole potpourri of mystical energy swirling around. Some from the refugees, some from up towards closer to Alderheart. This is a mass collection of people who have come here from all walks of life. So, I mean, the refugees aren't just random nobodies. They're sorcerers, they're wizards, they're druids, they're clerics who have all been displaced from their home. And a lot of them are doing the best that they can to feed into their new communities. So you're getting a lot of magical interference going on. But because you have your specific book as your gear, and that's like a repository of magical creatures, you're able to sift through the various auras and, you know, determine where latent, like, traces of unicorn and, like, traces of griffin are coming from. And eventually you see those, like, there's a little bit coming off of Alderheart, like maybe some has been through there, but more and more you're seeing streams and currents rolling into a Jerbean section of the shantytown. Like really kind of thick, strong sense of that magic.
This is exciting. I would like to go that way now.
The reason I looked
Okay.
up, by the way, when you said traces of unicorns, like you said traces of unicorn, and I was like, what? Do you know the character? What are you talking about? I was just finding traces of me here.
Traces of unicorn!
It's like, oh yeah, I killed off your character because you didn't play. Fair.
Alright, who's check now?
I guess I can spend my 5 checks, or actually 6. We get that +1 for the roleplay check or what?
Not this time.
Okay.
You didn't do a good enough job, Peter.
But you do.
And we
you
have
do
judged you
The system gives
appropriately.
you 1 free check.
Yeah. So total 6. Okay. Well, I like to deal with the sanitation problems. Maybe make some sort of magical solution here with a large ritual to, prevent any diseases from starting and just make the life here more manageable.
So you'd like to go to an area and purify it.
Yeah, or like set up something that will keep it pure, whatever.
Okay, because those are 2 different things.
Yep.
That are going to be 2 different levels of difficulty.
Sure.
Going in and purifying an area, sort of taking their sanitation problem and making it no longer stagnant, is relatively easy within the realms of a cleric. For doing something that is going to address the solution long term, that's a little more complicated. And I need to hear what you're doing beyond just casting a spell.
Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll be going for the second option because I just want to improve this place. So probably like setting up some makeshift shrines here that will be helping promoting this thing. Maybe like I don't know, sort of like Roman-style baths, or whatever, like communal houses, things where blessed places that would be keeping the thing purified, and that's
So if I understand correctly, you're going to like set up a shrine that has like an aura of purity, and then as things pass through it, they'll be purified, and then you'll set that up in like a river or a cistern or something.
You can do the cleric thing of hallowing some ground.
something like that.
Okay. OB3?
OB3. I'll spend my persona to add my nature to this. And let's do this. 3, 4. 11 dice.
Wow.
Well, I want this to succeed. My ritual is only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Okay. So what would you like your shrine to look like?
Just probably something simple, nothing like that flashy goes there. He's not going for size, he's just going for something that's workable, so,
And are you going to create it whole cloth out of the air, or are you going to have people like assist you to put something together and then you're going to bless that?
Well, since I'm using my nature is communal, then I guess it'll be a group effort that, people will come together, build it together, so it's not just me doing it. So like a community-driven effort, so they'll have ownership of that as well.
Okay, great. So you managed to enlist the aid of a small community to get like one section of the various shanty towns set up, and you guys build your shrine. And like you notice as you're doing it that it's great that you're improving the literal area around you by purifying it and getting rid of the disease and pestilence. But it's also really functioning as a community building program. And people are enjoying the opportunity to do something useful, especially something under the guise of a Jervine cleric. It's a bit easier for you to walk amongst these people than it would be for, say, a Strig or a Luma, because these people have been kept out by fences at Bird Sanctuary for a while. So you're getting a lot of positive feedback, and you're once again accumulating a bit of a following as you move around from this point on.
Yay! So that's my check.
You guys do one now. So checks would be used to just kind of get pass or fails first skills, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or accomplish other goals. Get gear.
I got really nothing to do right now, so I will go and try to get a fail on an animal husbandry check. I would like to encounter an animal that I'm trying to calm down and won't want to get calmed down.
Okay. So as you're... I assume that you're walking around with Pipsqueak.
I'm staying close to the procession that came into town because these seem to be the people that are most beaten up by being out there and need a bit of a hand.
Okay. So
Which is to say yes, but I elaborate on it.
Okay. So as you head through the same community, you hear a disturbance, and you look over, and there's a Mapache who's trying to lead a cart of oxen through the shanty town, and they are not loving the crowded streets, the filth, the noise. No, that would be great, but no.
Just fucking stomp me.
And they're starting to rile and buck, and it looks like they're about to break free.
Alright, I'm gonna go on in and try to animal husbandry them and calm them down. I'll make the noise.
Okay.
You know the noise.
Nah.
What'd you say? Difficulty 4?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I got 4 dice. 2 successes.
Okay. So this is near you. So they break free. They buck out of their bonds, and they start running wild. And the whole cart splits, and 2 oxen veer off to start going into a crowd, and 2 veer off and charge towards your freshly built shrine.
Oh no. Huh. Okay, how could I stop this?
Yeah, what are you gonna do now, buddy?
I guess I'll spend my check to maybe have a sorcery check where I just, do some loud noises and lights to, steer them away from the shrine to some other place. They won't destroy what we've just built.
Okay.
Something
You're looking to spook an already spooked animal,
Yeah.
which is not terribly difficult. You just want it to not go in that one particular direction, so this is just going to be a 2 check.
Yeah, and 3 successes.
So you cast out your hands, and light sprays from the heavens, and there's the sound of trumpets and shaking earth, and the oxen veer away from your shrine.
That was my check. You guys.
Do you want to go?
I changed what I want to do.
Okay.
Continue the story. What's the next step of your story?
I'm gonna follow along the trail, where I sense there's some magical creatures going, and I'm gonna see what I can do when I get there to try and help set up something to give them some comfort and maybe keep them from soiling the rest of the area, because I imagine they take dumps, and it's not great for sanitation. To have a bunch of mystical, magical creatures running around and try and give them a place that they're more contained. I know it seems really, really rude of me to not help the people and then go help the mythical creatures, but it's what my character would do.
Well, you follow the trail. Yeah. Okay. So you come to a circle of Gerbine tents. There are a few Gerbine who are standing guard outside. They don't have any weapons, and they're not really being threatening, but they're definitely forming a perimeter. They don't physically stop you from coming in, but you get a couple of looks, and one of them runs off. And then within the circle of tents, there's a Gerbine caravan full of a whole bunch of empty cages, and carts and wagons. And that is where the auras are coming from, but you don't see any magical creatures there now. It's more likely they were used to house and transport them.
Look at the creatures go. This is so sad. Does it look like there's someone particularly to talk to there?
Well, how do you want to approach it?
I want
It's up to you.
I'm gonna look at who might be in charge, and
Well, one of the tents is decidedly bigger than the others.
well, we go for the bigger tents.
Okay. You go inside. It's a comfortable tent, homey. There's a pot boiling in the corner, a few tables around, a lot of cushions and pillows thrown about. It seems like there's maybe 2 or 3 Gerbine families who are living in here. And sitting on the far end, smoking a hookah, is a very old Gerbine matriarch.
Oh, hello. My name is Luna. I am here because I smell your magic creatures, sort of like a smell, but also I use my magic senses, and I know that you might have some, but the cages are empty, and I'm just here because I really like those things, like the magic creatures. And yeah, hi, my name is Luna.
You have the scent. Very rare.
Yeah,
Very
very
rare.
special.
It's not often we have a Luma come to visit us.
Really? Why not? That's so strange to me. But maybe that's because I'm very strange. hi, where do your creatures go?
Come, sit, smoke with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just smoking.
So, you're seeking mystical creatures.
Well, yeah, like mostly to like help them and stuff. I'd like to
Then
help.
our ends align. We too seek to help the strange and wonderful beasts of this world. Transport them out of danger, far away to safety, where they can live and be free.
That's so great. Like, is that what you were doing? But like, where'd they go? Because like, I'm getting a little worried because I keep asking where they
We
went.
came
and they're
here
not-
for the creatures. We're going to steal them and drive off. You're in now. Put this in your mouth alone. We're doing this.
Where did they go? Did they get hurt?
No, of course not. We wouldn't take them here. This place isn't safe. I mean, just look around.
It's a little weird. I think it's kind of gross. It's like this one time I went to a swamp and the swamp was just disgusting. But this is kind of like the swamp, but like it's like a people swamp. Oh, this isn't a very good analogy. People don't really like me very much, but you know, I tried to make the swamp go away and it made the people very upset because some people really like that kind of thing, but I don't think that I should do that here, so I don't know. Hi.
So tell me, Luna, how can I help you today?
Oh, I'm here to help you and the magic creatures.
Oh, you're looking to join up.
Oh, join up what? Is this like a gang?
It's a caravan.
Yeah, but like, is it like a caravan? Like, but really a gang? I've heard of those. Do we get to wear cool hats?
We're
Tell
a
me,
connection of like-minded individuals who work closely with the druids of the forest to help creatures in need.
That sounds really cool.
It is.
Like, I don't know if my friends are gonna be like super down for that though. So like, I was looking to like maybe like help them right now, right here, and like I don't know, like help other people by helping them. But like,
I'll tell you what, Luna. You prove to me that you are more than just fancy words and quick promises. And I will allow you into our organization and give you something with which you can be identified all across the Humblewood.
oh my goodness, I've always wanted real identification. Like a driver's license. They wouldn't give me one of those. Like professional things are like not good for me. But I will do this. What do I do?
We seem to be having difficulty getting into Alderheart itself. But we have it on good authority that one of the council members, by the name of Brunhild, keeps they call it a pet, but we call it a captive griffin.
Why would you do that?
It's chained in the canopies,
You should never chain the magic game.
unable even to fly. If
Rude.
you free it and bring it to us, we will consider that proof enough that you mean what you say.
Hell yeah, I'm so down for this. I'm gonna totally free somebody else's property from them. This sounds great. I'll be like right back. This is such a fucking bad idea. This sounds so down. What's your name again?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, not important.
And like the name of your organization. Do you have like incorporation papers I can see?
You understand if I don't want to tell you too much about our organization before we have ascertained your...
Oh, that's totally fine. I don't tell a lot of people that I like technically don't own this book. But like, I borrowed it, you know?
Possession is a fluid thing.
Yeah, totally. I had this really cool friend who agreed with me, but like he totally just died, like really tragically. It was like really bad.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Me too, kinda.
My name is Kreia.
Kreia, cool. Did I tell you my name already?
Yes, you did, dear.
Okay, but it's Luna, just so you know. That's so cool. I'm gonna like free this griffin. Oh yeah, this griffin.
You can
won't be
take
so
you can take a check on persuasion, even though you didn't really have to roll for that.
Okay.
Huh.
Like, do I just put a tax on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't have persuasion, then you now have it at 2.
I'm
We
so
should, like,
persuasive.
Get enough checks look like basically on nature or something like that. I think that there was something.
Put it in brackets for now,
Yeah.
and I'll look at the rules later.
Yeah, that sounds super great. I like looking at the rules later.
So like I remember like if you had like low nature in mouse guard, you were.
I think that's if you use beginner's luck.
It's like, maybe. Well, either or.
Okay, who's next?
I guess I should go next.
Should you? How many checks do you have?
I have 2
4.
more. I have 2 more. Don't you want to like break it up? All right, you go. You go. You're good.
See, I need to spend all of them. I'll just have something simple. I'll do a simple administrative check where I'm, telling all the people coming, going to see like, what sort of thing are we dealing with here, so we, know better like what to prepare. I don't know, ration-wise or whatever.
Okay, that's not a simple check if you're doing it for the shanty town. It would be a simple check if you're trying to do it for something local and focused, like a community.
Well, then I guess some part of the shanty town.
Okay, so the community in which you built your shrine.
Yep.
Which I will allow you to dictate however you want it to be. Whether it's an assortment of various people coming together, or whether it's Mapaches, or...
I think it will be an assortment of things, to have that whole community. We're like,
Okay.
We're working together, guys. That was alright. So success.
Okay.
That was
So now that you've gotten this community going and galvanized, and you've got the shrine set up, people are willing to listen to you when you talk, and sort of pay heed to you, and word spreads very rapidly. So you start organizing and figuring out, who's here, who lives here, who's coming, who's going, how many people they have coming in, what their food needs are, that kind of thing. You're really able to get your thumb on this community and what their current situation is.
Now you can go down.
All right. I want to grab a stealth pass.
Okay. And just so we're all aware, those oxen are still raging.
Yeah.
The oxen
Yeah.
are still freaking out.
Yeah, they are raging
Sneak
through
up
the
on them.
crowds and the buildings, and they are smashing.
I'm looking for an animal husbandry success then. Try
Okay.
and calm some of them down. Not all of them, just some of them.
Okay.
Animal
Smaller
husbandry's
team?
4.
Smaller team is half as difficult.
So 2 successes?
Yes.
Alright, here I go. 4 dice. Woo! Oh, 3 successes.
How's that?
Okay, which ones are you going for? The ones that went for the shrine and Peter startled off into the crowd, or the ones that went into the crowd to start with?
There's 2 sets now.
Okay, well, they're both going into crowds, so it's moot.
Yeah.
They're both trampling people.
Yep.
So, one of them.
Okay. To keep it concise, we'll just say the group near Pipsqueak.
Okay.
Okay, so you manage to run in front of them, grab the rope that's leading around their necks, and just sort of whoa them down.
Mm-hmm.
They are still skittish, they are still afraid, but they are no longer actively trampling people.
That's so great.
It's happy
So
about
great.
it.
But the fact that they are no longer trampling people means that in the past, people were trampled. So,
Yes.
you guys got that.
I guess I should go and heal people then. Sure.
Do your fucking check.
Sure. So I'll spend my check to do a little triage on the trampled people with healer.
Okay.
To, so addressing their needs and whatever else people might be injured with here. So.
Okay. Give me a 2.
Okay. Yeah. That's 2 successes.
Okay, so you managed to get to their aid, perform some emergency first aid, get Splint set up. People are bringing you fresh water, clean linens, like supplies are just sort of coming out of this community and going to you to help you in your work.
Luna or Devin, whoever.
Okay, so I'll do the next one.
So maybe you only did a stealth check, so maybe you should pair up with Luna and start breaking into places to get to the griffin, and then she can spend her last thing to getting the griffin.
I'm imagining we're gonna go speak to the council. I'm gonna somehow make this work, and I have no idea yet.
Well, that sounds like something that will be in GM's turn, so you might not have the control over that.
For our last check, I want a pass on a stealth check.
Okay. Why would you want to be stealthy in this situation?
Are the animals still rampaging?
One set is.
Okay, I want to sneak up on them and not startle them when I grab their reins and like lead them away. Because they're being startled a bunch.
Okay. Yep. 2.
On 2 dice.
Can you get help? Or gear?
Can I get help?
I am talking to a gang leader in a
Yeah,
tent.
you were doing that. That was 2 checks ago. Can you be doing this?
You are clearly with Pipsqueak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the people around this community that he has inspired will help you
All right.
if you make clear your intentions.
Yes, I'm clearly trying to help.
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
So you can get help from them.
Perfect. What is that worth to me?
A die.
Pete, you want to help?
Can I help?
Yeah, sure. How would you help?
How about some laborers? So cutting off their escape routes, so they're just funneling in one direction.
Sounds like help to me.
There we go. 4 dice. Woo! 1 success.
You have any wises you can tap in here?
I have.
You have poor wise.
Well, your poor wise can give him a die, right?
I guess, yeah.
All right. So another die. Is it a success? No, it isn't.
Mark fail.
I'm trying to look at the wises. Hold on a minute. Okay, I have fire and forest wise. I also have the quiet trait at 2.
Quiet would help you with stealth.
Right?
Yep.
What does quiet trait level 2 give me?
It means you can use it twice per session.
Yep.
For dice?
Yep.
Okay. I will use 1. I will use both. I got my success.
Took some time. We got there.
All right. So 1 pass on stealth.
Okay. So you manage to move through the crowd and grab control of the reins before the oxen can buck away from you. And by planting your feet and staying firm, you stop them from thrashing further into the crowd, and they eventually subdue.
Perfect. All right. That's all 3 of my checks.
So I guess I'll spend one of my check for another administrative check to start, organizing maybe some trade, so people can get what they need, or organizing, the goods for the community, so that people give what they have and get what they need and so on and so on.
It's getting a little more complicated, so I'm going to bump it up to 3.
3. Well, I guess I'll spend my persona point then to tap into my nature.
Let's just get that fast nowadays.
Oh, communal nature. Woo. 2 successes. Okay. Poor wise. I could.
So sudden understanding.
Well, if you're poor, why? As in poverty, there's a lot of bartering in that.
No,
too.
but mechanically, how many dice can I reroll here, and what does it cost me? Oh, Humblewood.
So you could use deeper understanding to spend a fate point and reroll a single failed die.
No.
Or you could use, of course, and spend persona point and reroll all failed dice.
I already spent persona on this, so I guess I'll spend a fate point, hoping this will work. Yes, success. Huzzah. Administrator up to 3.
Okay, does anyone have checks left?
I do. So this is. I feel like this check I can't break into the council and steal a griffin.
No. You're going to want to... It's going to be a series of checks. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, during the GM's turn, you're going to try and find a bunch of ways to earn checks so that you can go into the next player's turn with 4, 5, or even 6 checks to accomplish the goal that you want to do.
So in this check, I can't gain checks in a check.
That's correct.
So could I use this check to do some research about the griffins so that when I get to the griffin, I'm able to control it or
Well, you
try
probably
to?
could talk with this caravan and learn from them, maybe.
Yeah, and like try and like bridge this knowledge with my giant 7 gazillion page tome that's the size of me to like figure out because I don't have animal husbandry. I don't even know what that would be even if it's a mythical beast.
If it's mythical beast, it's lore.
Oh well, I do. Well, then I could maybe use it to get like a lore check or something. So, like,
So, if I understand you right, what you'd like to do is you'd like to use a combination of your lore and your giant tome of mythical
and
beasts
talking to them.
to gain and talking to them to gain knowledge about the griffin, so that when you go and make a check or a test on the griffin, you would have a gear bonus.
Something to that effect, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I will let you make a lore test at OB1 to just gear up with information on griffins, so that you know how to handle it when you encounter it.
Okay. Well, pass.
Okay.
Cool. Oh my god, I like know so much about griffins now. Oh my goodness. I'm so ready to like free this griffin for you. What was your name? Kreia? Sounds like your organization?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Your name is a great name. But like your organization, you won't tell me, girl.
We'll talk more about that later, dear.
Darn.
For now, why don't you go find your friends? I have the feeling they're about to entertain a guest that would be most advantageous for you.
Are you like a divination seeker person? Like, darn girl, you're like really smart. Okay, I do that now. Like,
She just takes a
unquestioning.
long smoke on her hookah.
Like, and did I smoke my hookah with her? Yeah, I did. Okay,
It was
cool.
delicious.
So delicious. I'm gonna wander on back. Oh my goodness, guys. I've learned so much.
So you're working with the community, you've got your shrine up and running, you've established your system, you managed to calm down those
Yeah, I'm just
oxen.
doing firefighting, basically.
I smoked a hookah and I'm gonna rob a person.
The Mapache, who was originally driving them, has come back and gathered them up, and they're more cautiously taking them down the route when Luna returns to you guys.
Guys, oh my goodness. I had like a total epiphany. Really cool rock water thing. Who make this? You did it. It's very good. Very good, Pipsqueak. We're gonna free something. It's gonna go great. I'm gonna tell them about the fact that we are going to essentially rob a council member of a pet
Okay.
from under their nose. So if you like have any ideas or like contributions on how we could like maybe accomplish this really cool thing that's like super important because I want to get this cool badge, that'd be great. But like this is what we're doing.
I'm going to pause you right there so we don't forget, and we're going to do our goals.
Well, I still have one more check.
You still have one check? Sorry, Peter. Didn't mean to step on your toes. Do your check.
What could I check here? I don't know, how about some insight check based on, like, you know, everything you've told me to maybe, I know, gather what the intentions are here, I suppose?
Okay.
To, like, figure out whether they're actually trying to free those things, or they're just like, yes, I'll take this griffin, let's free it, and I'd sell it to someone else, or something like that.
See, like my intentions are pure. I genuinely feel like I'm
I
freeing
know,
the
but
griffin.
you might be, you know, the patsy.
So you're trying to read some insight into the situation to see
Yeah.
whether or not there is legitimately a Gerbine caravan that goes about freeing animals, if you've ever kind of like heard that before.
I'm gonna get like the coolest badge for this.
I
This
don't
is so
think
cool.
that would be insight,
Okay.
because insight would just be reading Luna.
Okay.
Luna.
Just real cool.
It would be testing your circles to know whether or not you know about that.
I'll do a circus test.
And you know what? I'm gonna let you pass on a 2, but if you get more than 2, you'll know more about it.
Okay. And that's all failed.
It sounds completely on the up and up to you.
Like, we're gonna totally help this griffin, and like these people are like super cool. It's such a good idea. I love magical creatures so much.
And also, since I'm in my own community, I'd like to tap into that, being able to get rid of tired for free by going to my actual temple in the Underroots and just sleeping it off, or maybe resting in this new community I've established.
You're not in Alderheart yet,
so
it wouldn't apply. But because you have basically become the new figurehead of this small community in this village, I would say that like this place also counts as home for you.
Okay.
Dang. Powerful.
And now I'm done.
And as Luna is describing the planned grand heist, the crowd parts, and 3 members of the Perch Guard walk towards you guys.
Are they ones that we know, or just...
No.
Oh, okay.
But they've got a piece of paper in front of them. Kind of look at it, look at you. So, Pipsqueak, Luna, don't know you. Redbeak. He with you two?
Yeah. I mean, Tintoof was with us, but he died.
Yeah, there's a
very
Tintoof
tragic. It was horrible. I cried for 3 days.
And Bucky is unloading the supplies, so yeah, Redbeak's with us.
Well, it's a slight departure from orders, but I guess it checks out. Why don't you 3 come with me? We have a mutual friend who'd like to speak to you.
Okay.
It's super legit.
And they walk back towards the lifts.
Let's go. So, I guess now...
As they do, you see ways over one of the other lifts descending. And it's heaped with boxes and bags, mostly of grain or perishable goods. And it's surrounded by a ring of Perch Guard. And as it comes down and people notice it, and starts with a huge throng of masses starts to swell up towards that part of the area. And it's very difficult for you guys to navigate through the crowd.
Don't get addicted to water. Well, I guess we let the hungry people get their food, and once they're done taking everything, we can enter.
Okay.
We could like maybe try and like not have this be a total shit show, but I don't know how. I have a feeling it's going to be a total shit show though.
Well, we need to organize people, make sure that, all their needs are met, and so on and so on. Then they won't, be fighting over supplies, because they'll know that they'll get some.
How do we make that okay though? I don't know if we can this time. Technically, I don't know if this is an invitation for us to do something else or not. I feel like not.
Well, I mean, everything is an invitation to do something.
You always interrupt. No, I beat them to it. And,
I steal the food.
Stop resisting.
Is it looking like it's going to be like a bit of a shit show? As people are trying to...
Yeah, it's a throng. It's a bit of a riot. The elevator doesn't go all the way down. It stays, a good 20 feet up. And they start just like tossing the food into the crowd. And people are pushing and stampeding and grabbing for it.
I kind of want to like get up on like a bit of a perch and try and like calm people down and give like a speech of some kind and like try to organize them in some way.
Okay, that would be orator.
Orator?
Yeah.
I don't have.
Should I do that instead? I'm an orator.
You have orator? Yeah. There's no way for me to get checks here, but yeah.
I mean, if you want to do it, you can, or you can do something else. In the same vein.
I don't really have orator. I have manipulator. I can manipulate the people.
Manipulator is more one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't really let you use it on a crowd.
Is deceiver something I can use on a crowd?
Deceiver can be used on a crowd.
Alright, I'm gonna tell them there's way more food coming where this came from. and it's gonna be totally fine. And if they're just patient and calm, everything's gonna be okay. This is.
Do it.
Okay, go for it. It's an OB3 check.
I only have 2 dice.
You can tap your persona points to add your nature.
Or you could use this as an opportunity to gain checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also need some fails. And
I-
other people can help you as
How
well.
do I gain checks from this though? I have to tap one of my my traits.
You use a trait against yourself.
Ooh.
Well, I'm usually quick-witted, but this is super off the cuff, and it's not a great speech.
Okay.
Oh, you just wait a minute. I don't know. I think it'll be okay.
It was my first instinct to lie, and it went against me.
Yeah.
So remove 1 die.
Yeah, so roll just 1 die.
Okay, and I need three passes. It's
Yes.
definitely failing. That was a pass, but there's not enough.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so you hop up on a pedestal, start waving your hands over the crowd, which is thronging and grasping for food and pushing at each other to try and get in. And you start going, no, guys, don't worry. We have plenty of food. There's more coming. The bird people have this all under control. And you just start spouting lie after lie after lie at people who have been stuck here for weeks, starving and grasping and being kept out by fences. And someone throws a rock at your head.
sick.
Oh.
Ouch! That's like super rude.
The member of the perch guard who came to escort you guys and spoke to you, like, grabs you and pulls you down. Goes like, we should go.
I was like totally helping. I don't like people to be so rude all the
Are we in
time.
the middle of a party and we're embarrassing ourselves?
What's that?
Are we in the middle of a party and we're embarrassing ourselves?
Not really.
I'm asking objectively, not don't softball it.
I'm not embarrassing.
I didn't say you. I didn't point anyone out. I said, are we as a group embarrassing ourselves in this party?
Or embarrassing someone else.
I mean, not really. I mean, you arrived at the edge of the shantytown and immediately started making it a better place. I think that, like, definitely compensates for a hasty lie to a crowd, which was at least good intention.
Good, perfect. I wasn't sure. I couldn't read the room.
Well, don't worry. Luna wasn't around to help the shantytown, so she's just, an outsider that comes in and lies like the bird folk do.
I was helping the whole time.
You were getting high with some Gerbino thieves.
They're very good people, and they are here to help the animals. The magic ones, anyway.
So he starts muscling through the crowd and pushing towards the fence. And toss a quick glance over his shoulder, looking to see if you follow.
Oh, I will follow. I'm gonna clutch my book very tightly as I follow. Very
Okay.
shamed and sad.
I think I have anything to add here.
Okay. So you guys get to the fence, and one of the guards opens a small door for you and allows you passage inside to a small service elevator that has been hastily winched down. Not a lot of people really notice this going on because most of the attention is over at the feeding area, which was probably intentional.
Diversion.
He says, yep, come with me.
Okay.
And you get on, and you go up the elevator, all the way past the underfall, past the trunk, up to the bows, and then deep into the canopy market.
Fancy part of town.
Where he leads you through the streets, which are crowded but not jostling. There's a lot less people here, a much larger percentage of birds here. And he takes you to a small, nondescript inn and says, yeah, go inside, room at the back, on the left.
This is feeling like a little bit weird. Just like a little bit. But okay, let's do it, right?
Should we do an inside check on him?
Do you have
Sure.
like any like
What is that?
official thing on you that makes it so like I know that you're like really a Perchka?
What are you? Yeah, he's in a uniform.
But like, where's your identification, sir?
He shows you a badge.
Sir, do you have any further identification? I need 2 pieces of government issue ID for this.
What are you trying to learn through your insight?
Whether we should be worried about this mutual friend, do they, like, you know, do we owe them something, I guess? Or is this
Sure.
like some...
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, 1 success.
Okay. So your read on this guy is it doesn't seem like he intends to any harm. And the other 2 guards seem largely there to help push through the initial crowd.
Yeah.
There's no attempt being made to guard or police your movements or
Yeah.
keep you guys in line.
Sounds good. Okay, let's
Seems
go.
super legit. I'm a little sketched about not having 2 pieces of government issue ID though. I think you really should work on that.
So the inn is small and cozy. It's tucked away, sort of kitty corner on a street where the entrance is not really obvious. And there's no name placard on it. There's just like a swinging sign with a mug of ale and a hunk of meat. You go inside and it's relatively empty. There's a gallus at the bar wiping it down. Just nods at you as you enter.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Luna.
Yes, we're expecting you. And she
Oh shit,
jerks her head towards the back.
you're expecting us. I'm so special. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna march happily forward. Chest like puffed out, real stoked.
Okay. You go past the bar down the hall to the left, and you enter a room, and sitting there at a table is Hildegard, who, if you remember, was the councilwoman who sponsored your trip.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's very good to see you back. I was worried with the explosion and all of the fire bats that came out that you might have been injured, but I'm very happy to see you. And from everything that I hear, your trip was most successful.
Like one of us died, dude. But okay.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Do you need coin to cover the funeral?
Definitely. It was a very big funeral. He has 75 sisters and brothers. Do you know how expensive it is to have a funeral when you have 75 sisters and brothers? And like, that's a lot, dude.
We'll make sure that arrangements are made.
Yeah, but like, you could give us the money and we can make the arrangements.
I have people who take care of this thing.
I could be that people, I'm just saying.
Come, sit. Have a drink with me.
I will sit.
You're new.
My character is sitting and getting a drink.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Redbeak. We met before. He's like, you know, from where are you? Ash Barrows, was it?
I tend to the front line.
Yeah. He's a
I
nurse.
know him because he's a bird person and we all know each other.
Well, a friend of yours is a friend of mine.
So, what can we help you with?
Well, you've served so well in the first task that was put ahead of you. I was hoping that we could continue our relationship. There is much that needs to be done, and I find that I am very much in need of trustworthy people.
You can totally trust us with like all your secrets. Tell me your secrets, Hildegard. I will keep them so safe.
I'm sure you will.
Luna, you tell them to the first person that asks. You tell the secrets even before someone asks.
I'm sure you've noticed the situation that is occurring down on the ground floor.
Yeah, we've been dealing with that, organizing some communities there and so on.
That's good. That's good to hear. I knew you would be the right person for this job. The truth is, the council has not been sitting idle while this situation has developed. And we are putting in place plans to deal with the refugee crisis. But I fear they are in bad hands. The current solution is to create a new settlement far away from Alderheart, take the refugees there, and establish them on their own, rebuild, repopulate. But the notion is being spearheaded by Gallant, and I fear that his intentions are not quite as noble as he makes them out to be. I think he just wants to move the problem away. And once the problem is away from Alderheart, it will be left to wither and die.
Yeah, that does sound like him.
I was hoping that I might be able to use my limited influence on the council to install you as the head of the project. You could ensure that it does not wither and die, that it is not left to decrepitude.
Oh. Okay, so we'll be establishing a new town.
But like right here? You want to do it like...
somewhere else?
We could do it right here. It seems so unnecessary to move everybody so far away when we could just expand what is already here.
Well, as I mentioned, members of the council want the problem out of sight. That is the reason they want it so far away.
Well, that's...
They are thinking far east of Brackenville.
Dumb. I think right here is good. But I'm like not on the council, so... It just seems unnecessary. Do you think we could like change their mind? And like just do it here? Or like are you against it altogether?
Perhaps you could. It might be possible for you to lobby key members of the council to change the plan. I have 4 votes, including myself. I am currently outmaneuvered by Gallant. He controls the council. But if you were to target a few swing members, convince them to come over to my side, we would have a steadier hand in determining where and how the town was set up.
So like who do you think I should like talk to so kindly and gently?
Of these swing voters, which ones are most in the need of favors being done for them?
That's also like a legitimate angle you could take.
Anne is something of a collector of favors. She is a bit mercenary. You wash her hand, she is willing to wash yours. If you're looking to do something tit for tat, I would start there. If you're just looking to apply pressure, Federal is more a likely target.
Pressure doesn't last past the first favor.
And like, would that be enough though? Just Anne and Federal?
That would be 6 versus 6, so we need one more.
We could like have like a really terrible accident happen and like somebody's like unable to like attend the vote.
I would prefer not to do politics by that means.
Oh, I wasn't saying that we would do that at all. That was just like a joke. Ha ha ha. So funny.
Let's go to the favor trader first.
Any of the humble folks voting against this?
Mirabella is a Gerbine, but she votes with Gallant. I don't know why. In the past, she's often worked quite closely with me, but she opposes me on this. Other than that, the only other humble folk on the council is Mirek, a hedge, and he is one of my staunchest ally.
Is he going to vote with you?
Yes.
For sure. Like, you almost like so positive, like you don't even like think it would not happen. You like, sure, for sure.
I can count on him entirely.
That seems pretty legit. Now, I have a very legitimate question about Brunhild on council.
Yes.
Don't think he could be swayed?
Everyone on council is a politician, and every politician can be malleable.
So possibly.
Where does Brunhild live?
In the canopy.
Super cool. Like, does he have like a lot of guards around his house and stuff?
No more than most.
Okay, just like curiosity, you know?
But in this time of civil unrest, every member of the council is closely guarded.
I understand, because like they're so scared of poor people. Seems super legit.
Well, it's separated by a whole tree, a giant tree, so...
You know what can catch fire? Trees. I'm not saying that that's going to happen or anything. I'm just saying that that's a legitimate concern. I sound really threatening, and I want it to be known that I am not.
So you are suggesting that we relocate the settlement?
No, I'm suggesting that we keep it where it is right now, but like make it more legit and more like...
Around
permanent.
the roots of Alderheart. That would be a tough sell.
But why? They're already here. Why would we move them? Guys, what do you think? It seems silly.
Well, the underroots are already overpopulated, and now you're splitting the underroots outside of the town.
But then we can make it more self-sufficient, build beautiful gardens and build...
They would also be on the ground floor of the forest, which is a bad place to be. I mean, Alderheart is well protected from bandits, but it's not unheard of that they strike this far. We live in the canopies for a reason. It is safer there.
Oh,
They
okay.
must find a place where they can defend themselves and
Like-
not rely on the larger city.
Alright. I mean, I'm not like the most hard to convince person in the world, so... Whoops. I mean, I'm willing to go that way if we have to go that way.
The way the council is shaping now, they're going to be rounding up the refugees and sending them on a march to their new location. I would like for you to be a part of that convoy, and I think with my influence I can make it happen. If there are other changes you would like to make to the plan, it is not outside the realm of possibility, but we will need to apply pressure to the council.
Is there a place maybe not so far away that is still very like maybe defensible on the map? Like we could start a new settlement, but we don't have to go that far.
Those places would have been settled by people in times of not crisis.
My fear is that east of Brackenhall is deep into bandit territory. It's one of the reasons that I think that Gallant is sending this problem to just go away.
He just hopes everybody dies. So rude.
What was the name of the one that does favor trading again?
And
Anne?
And
Oh, number 12.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
well, if we send them to the bandit territory, then there's a high chance they might become bandits out of necessity or by force. So
Or just killed
my
by
thoughts as well.
bandits.
And then it will be a problem that comes back to haunt us.
yep.
I mean, that's also pretty legit.
The more votes we swing, the more power we have over the situation. We should focus on that while we're here.
Yeah. So we should swing some votes in our favor, and even if we still settle on relocating the settlement somewhere else, we can still have more input then about where it goes.
We could also have more supplies be taken to Belgard, rarer supplies.
Yeah.
One of the things I was hoping you could help with, you especially,
I'm
is
super
enlisting the aid of the avium. It is unlikely that this journey will succeed without magical assistance. I have no contacts there, but you studied there for very long.
I totally did that. They
That was legit
love...
the implication by other resources. If we get enough votes in the council, we can press gang the wizard population to actually set up the new colony to have defenses.
They
Yeah.
love me at the avium. It's going to be so great to go there. Super good.
Excellent. It'll be super good then. We should head there.
Yeah. It's a great idea.
You've already sold us.
Well, we've seen Tintan's place so I can see yours. Where you've grown up.
Yeah.
How well did that work out for Tintu?
So great. Okay, we're going home.
Yay.
Like right now? Can we like?
I mean, we can still deal with politicians first.
Yeah, let's do that for like a month or two.
I want you to know, if I can count on your assistance in making sure that these refugees get through this crisis, then you can as well count on mine. Any help that you need, especially here in Alderheart, contact me and I will see what I can do. I am not the most influential council member, but I am a council member.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, we should leave this meeting and go meet with another counselor.
We accept the quest. Quest log at it.
We had already done that. We were just
Quest
getting
log
details.
Yeah, unskippable quest.
Oh shit.
Not with that attitude, Pete.
I mean, we can abandon it, but it'll still
Remember
be
that
the
time
quest
I
log.
sped run that child wizard game?
Yes.
Good times.
I'm thinking we try to
Jump
convince
back,
them
jump
to
back,
settle
jump
them,
back.
like,
Clip through the window.
not that far away. Try to not settle as far, is what I would like. Settle them more here.
I don't know, we should just settle them anywhere and just make sure they're well defended.
Yeah, I guess that too.
That's all I need. And Pete's gone. Goodbye, Pete. Should I pause?
Yeah, pause.
Yeah. And we're back.
Okay, so you guys exit a small nondescript inn and step out into the canopy of Alderheart. It's a bustling upper-class marketplace. There is a heavy, for here, perch guard presence. You know, like you see uniformed officers on pretty much every street corner. But they're not really hassling anyone or causing much trouble. And in return, most people are choosing to willfully ignore them as they go about doing their various shopping.
So, I guess we should set our goals for this session or something.
I paused so we could do that, and then it was Mr. I have one more check.
Yeah, you fucker.
Well,
I already got my
Yeah,
goal.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Don't all line at once, Pete.
Okay, then.
Captain derail the narration.
So I'm probably not gonna be able to like rob a man.
Maybe you'd like to stake out the person's.
I want to
area.
get more information on
Yeah.
I took slay something as a goal.
Okay.
I guess I'd like to figure out or get.
I guess I could agree on that.
Yeah, I don't know if freeing it would be a realistic goal, but a step towards it.
Yeah, I'm thinking like getting more information on that Griffin or on him himself.
Yeah, that would be a good goal.
And my goal is to learn why Mirabelle is voting with Gallant.
Yeah, why she class tradering?
That can be a whole conflict where we go and talk with her.
Exactly. I can help because I'm actually not that bad at talking.
Perfect.
Like I could be better,
I mean, that's what the checks are for.
right? I'm gonna fucking cheese grate my face against that social interaction. We're gonna go to head deliberately. Looks like you're looking to interrupt me, are you?
Yeah, so it's been a busy day, starting to hit dusk, and you notice that people are starting to beeline off the streets.
Beeline.
Yeah, like not kind of a casual, like, oh, it's getting late, I'm gonna go home for dinner, or I'm feeling kind of tired. There is a concerted effort of the crowd to disperse.
What is happening at night?
No, maybe some bandits or thieves or some other no-do-gooders come out. I don't know.
At night? Are we still with what's her?
No, she's inside.
These seem like maybe we shouldn't be on the streets because like
That's a perch guard.
hello,
Can I ask the
Perchka.
perch guard? Ma'am?
I have a very big question. Why is everybody shitting their pants to get out of the streets?
Curfew, man.
The fuck? Wait.
Mandatory curfew. It's not really 4 up here, but you know.
This seems like super fucking stupid and very segregatory, but like I'm a bird, so I'll go with it.
Herd mentality.
I feel like why is there a curfew though? Why do you need one?
To curb on crime or something?
There's been a little bit of unrest in the underroots. Well, the whole refugee crisis. It's in the interest of not having it spread up the tree, we're taking a firm hand now.
But like, just because it's coming up the tree, you didn't decide I don't know, maybe fucking do something about it when it was in the underroots?
Well, we're doing something now, ma'am.
But is it working? Have you fixed the issues that were happening there? Or you're we just put a curfew on it and now
we
it's
fixed the
fine?
issue by putting the boots down.
You seem pretty safe to me, ma'am.
Yeah, but what about the people in the underroots? How are they?
One of those, are you?
Excuse me, bitch. What did you just say to me?
I think it's getting a little late, ma'am. Maybe you should be going.
Roll
I think
initiative.
it's getting a little bit rude. I think you should maybe shut the fuck up and be nice.
Please don't raise your voice, ma'am.
Excuse me.
It's
But
getting-
I'm very pissed at you.
Well, you should find a domicile and be pissed there.
And it seems like someone's in a jail cell.
You have to understand how very fucking angry I am right now. Oh.
Them's be fighting words.
Oh.
Do it.
I'm going to bite my bird tongue. I'm going to spit on the ground in front of him, and I'll say, let's go, and actually fix things. Yeah, if it was a 1 to 3, I was going to punch him in the face. It was not. I think that there are bigger issues at hand here. I think that people are a little bit racist.
You've just
And
noticed.
classist. I am really waking up my eyes to the reality of this shit world for people who do not have wings like me.
Yeah, that's our humble folk life.
Why are you all so humble about it? You should be more oh, fuck you, injustice.
That's how the bird fox called us, and it's stuck.
But you should be fuck you, injustice. Let's go see fuck you, injustice.
Yeah, those are not that fighty. Then there are purge guards, and
I think we're going to change the world. If I just feel it in my wings.
So it's getting late.
And the curfew doesn't apply to us, apparently.
No, it very much applies to you. I'm gently reminding you that it is coming.
Where do you want to stay?
Well, this is the canopy, so, there's plenty of nice lodgings to be had.
I don't know. I guess we could get an inn. We were just in front of one. Maybe we go in there.
And then you flip the sign to close and lock the door.
Oh my god.
We turn around and the inn was never there.
Oh no.
Oh, let's do some circles rolls.
Resources.
Okay.
So,
We'll find
what
something
kind
quick.
of lodging are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for something on the cheap, because, humble life.
You know,
What?
we could just go camp in the forest. I'm pretty good at it.
But,
Getting
it's
down
beat them
is a
with this.
problem for those that don't have wings.
And also we are running low on time.
Plus, also, we need to be here tomorrow, so you can't tell the council not fight to get on the elevator.
This seems very reasonable to me. I mean, we could also just camp right here and see if they call us on our bullshit, but I think they might. I didn't make a lot of friends.
Is there like an open house, like a traveler house, a flop house?
Not here. Not in the canopy.
Interesting.
So I could make the check and use early riser against myself because it's getting a little late, and I would like to be up early.
Oh, really? Pick up the dice. Hey, who would like to do that?
I would like to because I would really like to get the checks so that I can
Everybody
rob a
wants to
man of
get
a
the
griffin.
checks. How about we look separately and see what we find?
Yeah, if you guys want to sleep separately, you can sleep out separately. There's no rule saying you have to bunk together.
Huzzah. So maybe I'll find a temple for myself.
Okay.
There we go. But I'm suspicious, so...
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. One success.
Just find like an inn.
Just a regular old inn.
Yeah, nothing too fancy.
Okay, that's just a 1 resources check.
I'm gonna find something that's fairly, out of the way, and just use as a hunter to just find a place to camp down. Like, we're on the canopy, but not all of it is fully developed. It's still a tree.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna like
Just gonna find a
you're
place
gonna
to
branch off into an alley that eventually
Really
turns
right.
into like rough terrain that goes into foliage that becomes like a uninhabited part of the tree. Sure.
2 successes on 6 dice.
Okay.
Wow, impressive.
So you all bunker down for the night.
Huzzah.
Nothing crazy happens. No assassins in the night.
No ridiculous street and people wailing or something.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
No
no.
fun surprise like at the end of 7.
Not up here. Yeah, and then morning comes, and you all rise. You rise before everyone else because you're an early riser.
And I sit there and I stare at the window, seething and pissed. Still at my interaction with
You can go.
so fucking pissed.
You can go
I
and
thought you
vandalize
said
something.
you were sitting there soaking in piss. You were just so mad that you just peed yourself.
And you guys meet back up, and you have the day ahead of you.
I still think we should like find out who his family is. That porch guard guy, he's a real
What
bastard.
did they do wrong?
Don't you not hear the way he talks about the people that live in the underroots and the other places? I don't remember their names, but I'm learning, okay? This is so horrible.
Yes, but what did his family do?
Oh, I don't know, I don't care. I just think that that's maybe a way to get to him. Oh, we could go after the council members' families.
That sounds treasonous.
Oh, is there like not an option?
I mean, it is always an option.
I really
So I'm just going to
miss
remind
Tim
you that
Toot.
the streets are well patrolled.
I really miss Tim Toot. He would go after their families with me. I'm just gonna break down crying out of nowhere.
I mean, we could go to the families and sway them to our cause and make them influence as council
Let's
members.
literally just go meet Anne. It's so simple.
Yes.
Could not be simpler.
Still crying. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes, people like to overcomplicate some things.
Where does Anne live?
Anne lives in the high perches of the canopy.
Where do they work during?
She is a lawyer, and she works at the high court.
Go to the high court.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's up in the boughs of the tree. Again, like the first time that you guys were in Alderheart, it's a little difficult for Pipsqueak to get to every place because a lot of the platforms are intended to glide from one to the other. But it's nothing you can't work around. It's just a bit more convoluted.
Yeah.
The High Court is a magnificent building. It's carved out of the central trunk of the tree. It's full of ornate spires and lofty platforms and vast columns. It's a very imposing, elegant structure. There's a number of subsidiary courts that are branching off of it, where a lot of the day-to-day stuff happens, the more clerical and mundane cases. But the High Court is reserved for the paragon of law.
Parallel corruption.
Certainly, I think so.
Well, if you want to, file a complaint against that purge guard that wronged you, you can do it here probably. Channel that anger into words and put them on paper.
I'm so upset.
Okay.
To murder everybody.
So it's a little labyrinthian and Byzantine to get through and find your way through the bureaucracy and the clerical works, but Anne works in a public office, and where she is on record. So after requesting various information from clerks and door people and whatever, you burn an hour or so walking through, and you eventually arrive at her office.
Okay, so she was what, a favor trader? So I guess we should be just blunt about what we want from her.
Yeah,
I can totally do that. I can be super blunt.
We know.
Hello. Okay, so let's just go and say some stuff to her. And I just like a door. I just walk in.
You're walking like
You open the door. It's a circular room that is just wall-to-wall bookcases. There are maps and scrolls everywhere. There's a large mahogany desk behind which a Corvum is sitting, scrawling on a parchment with ink. She looks up as you enter. Yes?
Oh, hello.
How can I help you? I'm very busy.
Oh, and so am I. Like, this will only take a second. These are my...
Like Monster Beak opens slightly, Monster Beak closes.
These are, only a second. My name is Luna. We met, I think, a little while back. Yes? You guys are in front of council. I'm very famous. Now...
The council sees a lot of cases, so...
Well, I'm not just like a case. I am not just another number, okay?
Council
She
does
is
see
a case. She does have a number.
I know. Okay,
We do see a lot of cases, but
You're
I remember you. You went to the mock fields recently.
Yeah, that we did. And we came back.
Good for you. Always appreciate good citizenry. So how can I help our loyal subjects?
We were wondering if we could meet with you in between your sessions to talk to you about a civic matter being voted on that we are very interested in.
She puts her quill down. I have 2 minutes.
Just have to get her name in. Perfect. And who's the other one? Hildegard?
Yes, that's the gal that...
We have taken up an interest in the refugees currently built around the capital. We would like to see them relocated in an area that is safe and well supplied so that they can flourish and one day repay themselves to Elderguard in a meaningful, beneficial, and monetary resource way. To do this, certain votes have to go certain ways when brought before the council. We were hoping we could talk to you about changing your vote on behalf of the citizens and the refugees. We would also like, on a separate matter, for the second minute, to offer our services as troubleshooters. We find troubles.
And then we shoot them.
Oh, saw them in other means.
Some of us do tricks.
No, we just shoot them.
I'm a parrot.
Interesting. You're adventurers, then.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're very smart. I'm super talented, and I'm gonna
Describe your talents for me.
I'm gonna burp butterflies. Straight up.
Okay.
I was just going to let it cut to each one.
Well, I'm a cleric, as you can see, and I'm good at organizing groups. Like, we just came back and already started a community there in the, in front of the underroots, the poor refugees. And, a high cleric of, what's her name? Andrea.
I've been on the front lines of the Ashboroughs for 10 seasons. My adult plumage has only recently come in.
I want to burp butterflies again. Just to remind her of how talented I am.
She killed a flock of those ember bats by herself.
She's like,
With
actually
magic and
speak my
butterflies?
amazing talents.
I just thought saying that I was on the front lines in the fire for 10 years, I'm not even a full adult yet, was good enough. Got the message across.
Burping butterflies was my play.
Interesting.
I have so many talents.
How familiar are you with the internal politics of Alderheart?
Live and
How
breathe.
much do you need us
I'm just curious about how much I need to fill in for you.
Bullshit. You could just like tell us the whole story and then like if we already
Well, two
know.
of us are not from Alderheart, so best, lay it all down.
I speak the
See-
language, but I need the nouns.
The reason I ask is that, well, I'm sure you are very capable individuals out there. My problems tend to lie more in here. That isn't to say that you can't be useful. I am up for re-election recently, and my opponent is riding a campaign of reform. They say we don't do enough to help people. They say we don't do enough to combat the fires. They say that we've lost touch with other communities, with the avium. Now, if I had heroes who could counter those claims, if I had people who could come in and prove that we are winning the fight against the fires, that we are helping the less fortunate, if I could have a mage speak on my behalf, that might do something to sway the populace.
I just have a really legitimate question. Why don't you just like help the people and like fight the fires?
So it's just like gestures to all of the work that's around her.
Right, we are eating in this 2 minutes right now.
She's fighting the fire with paperwork and administration.
Some of us do tricks.
I mean,
You have people who've already made ins with the camp downstairs. I'm also mimicking her because I'm a parrot. I can't help it. Okay, they know. I pick that up. And I'll gesture to him, who was a big damn hero yesterday, center of attention. So maybe we could see about expanding that a bit.
And Luna's also, from the avium, and, she did help with the fires.
Oh, like I slayed like 1,000,000 ember bats with 1,000,000 water butterflies.
So how do we make this actionable in my district?
You're doing a really good job.
Whisper louder.
Really easy knowledge.
I genuinely hate this person.
So much.
Oh god. What are morals?
Well, the camp downstairs recently just had a triumph and a new shrine built, and they're celebrating a civic infrastructure. Why not run a holiday? Why not a stone soup holiday?
Go on.
Stone soup holidays are when you tell people who have nothing to come together with their nothing and build a feast out of it. It requires very little infrastructure and upkeep.
So you're saying I take some of my more vocal constituents, bring them down to your little community for a holiday, show them how well everything is going for the people down there, and then when they come back, they won't be so critical.
Well, things actually have to be going
You can
well.
have them involved by having them bring an ingredient for the stone soup.
But like you actually have to have the stuff going well down
Then-
there, or this could really badly backfire. I would
Then
just
their
say.
own hands were involved in making people feel better. Then they feel like they're doing it.
If you organize this and pull it off, and quell some of the dissenting voices in my constituency, I might be willing to work with Hildegard on this matter.
We will all smile, and I'm hoping quickly leave. With no further follow-ups.
Don't, as we leave, I'm saying I don't like that bitch. But after we've left.
I mean, I'm sure she doesn't care.
It doesn't need to be liked. She needs to get the job done. So
We don't need to like her. We just need her vote.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're lobbyists.
So, do we want to do the stone soup sooner or reach out to another one?
I think we should reach out to a bunch of them and then have them all be in on our stone soup things. We should do one thing for a favor for all of
It's
them.
not a bad idea, actually, if we make a spectacle out of it.
Yeah, that the council cares. They come down and join the community. Stuff and stuff.
Center it on your shrine.
Yeah.
Dude, and we could like name the shrine after like one of the council members that's like really, really needing extra help.
Never go specific with things like that. Then you end up getting the statue torn down later. You want to make it like the Peace Moon designation plaque for the Peaceful Cooperation event. And then it's just a happy little bouquet of roses on the Death Star.
Yeah.
See, name it after.
Bending Boughs. The Bending Boughs Temple, because they're like reaching
Yeah,
out
exactly.
to poor people.
That's good.
Ooh, that's
See,
so
Never name it after a person. You're never gonna. That's never gonna work out.
Name it after Gallant. He'd love that.
He would.
Ah.
Okay.
You
So
have
you
an
guys
institute
are
for
on the-
poor people and people who don't eat a lot.
We should go to go see Fendril for after.
What's Fendrill's deal?
To apply pressure on him.
Yeah, you're capable of applying pressure to him.
In what way?
We're
Yeah,
gonna
you
sit
might
on
need to do some
Raptor.
digging to figure that out.
It seems adversarial. It seems without advice and the ask way quicker. What about people we can reach out to that we can bring to the stone suit thing?
Well,
we could reach out to Brunhild because I really just want to like surveil his. Like,
Brunhild?
guys, we should like talk to Brunhild really bad because I think that we could totally sway him. I don't think this.
What's the
You can do circles
He has
checks
a griffin
on
that
counselors
I'm
to find out
about them.
if you're digging for information.
voting for Gallant.
He is, and I think that we could totally convince him not to vote for it.
No, because getting your griffin back means the one thing you care about would be the griffin, which means
It's your
any
fault.
swaying of his vote would be predicated on giving it back.
I'm not gonna steal the griffin right away. I'm just gonna go there and follow it.
Yeah, but eventually you're going to want to steal the griffin.
Yeah, but do you guys know it?
It doesn't matter if we know it or not. We're talking logistics. Eventually, you are going to steal that griffin, rendering any leverage we have with him moot, because he'll pivot all of his leverage value to be getting my fucking griffin back. You want something from me? Give me back the griffin. You want a favor? Give me back the griffin. You want to borrow some food? Give me back the griffin.
Well,
It escalates.
but I'm
immediately.
still going to campaign very hard that we go see Bruno.
I'm just saying, let's think of a way where you get everything you want.
so get,
That's the challenge.
Bruno kicked out of the council.
If he gets replaced,
Is it legal to have mythical creatures as pets?
I would make it legal.
Because if it's not legal, you could blackmail him and then take it as a favor to him, and then you get everything you want.
I don't
Yeah.
think rich people owning tigers is illegal in this
Have we
campaign setting.
seen Joe
I
Exotic?
It doesn't
am the
seem.
law.
It doesn't feel like that kind of setting. It's not the vibe it was given off. Where the rich aren't allowed to own tigers.
Or what we could do is we could say there is a large faction of people who are dissenting against the fact that he owns a griffin in captivity.
Yeah, but except he's a politician, so we can't say we have to have a large amount of people.
We do. Oh, we can go back to those people and have them start a riot. This is a
Yeah,
terrible idea.
but they're refugees, so that just speeds up the vote to get rid of them. No. You need to have rich people bitching and moaning about this to leverage them. And then again, though, the leverage comes to us making it all go away.
I take the griffin.
No. Us quelling them and making them stop because he'll want to keep the griffin, but he'll change his vote. That's the thing. We gotta think of this in such a way that we could.
I'm not saying that
Yeah.
how we do it is we take the griffin. I'm saying I want to go there and we can maybe try to sway his vote and then later I'll steal the griffin.
All right, just trying to
It'd be nice if we
put
could do
the
it all at
ground.
once.
No, not all at once. I'm just saying we need to get the ground floor, so we need to know how we're going to approach him because we only get one chance to kind of jump him.
Well, we could
And
jump
make an
him.
impression.
We could literally jump him.
That eliminates his vote.
we could just kill him.
Slay something.
It is a goal.
We just kill him. That sounds great.
So yeah, replacing him sounds like a great bet. That still requires.
Can we find out who is running since there is an election coming up? Who's running against Brunhild? And will the election happen before the vote happens?
So we could probably do a circles test, and then if you succeed, it
Yeah.
will be there.
And
That's
again,
what I was going to say.
I don't think we actually need him to lose his re-election. We just need to make him think he's going to by the time the vote happens.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to have a lot of backing for this, just enough.
So we need to make him want to go to our potluck, I guess.
Okay. I have circles 3. I think we all.
Everyone has circles 3.
All right. Well, roll it, Pete.
Okay. I'll be 2. I'll put in my compassionate here to understand other people.
Okay.
And see what can be done upon him. 3 successes.
And what are you trying to do?
So we're trying to. What are we trying to do here? Establish that there's an election coming, and that how can we leverage this to make him appear that he'll need our help to secure the election, I guess? That's what we're going for?
Yeah, I think something like that. We want to rattle him enough that he changes his vote.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you succeeded, so you tell me. Who is running against him in the election? You can put the info into play.
We can have it be. Just out of curiosity, could someone from like the underroots be running against him, or the undergrowth be running against him, or is it really only people that are like?
You need resources to run for office. It doesn't matter what.
He's like a Bernie Sanders, though. He's like rallying like for a $5 donation.
You guys won the role, so if that's what you want it to be.
It could be like this young, passionate like Jervine or something, who's like similar to yourself. You could run against him.
Let's not go overboard. I'm not suddenly the fund must be behind everything.
Yeah. It's like this young upstart from like a kind of crappy community. He's just raising money and he's gathering a massive amount of steam. But maybe we overplay that, how much steam it's really gathering, and make him really think that it's more serious.
Or maybe like, why not like a Vulpin running against him? He's like, oh, I've got this secure in the back, because, who would vote for a Vulpin in the council?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have some leverage to sway it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There is a Vulpin named Peyton. Let me just get back to who is running against Brunhild in Brunhild's district, which is not the canopy, but more like the mid-trunk area. And he's gaining a lot of support from some of the more radical people who are critical of the current administration. He's still very much an outlier and a fringe candidate, but because he is very fiery and active, there's a lot of press and a lot of noise that surrounds him.
Okay, so we're gonna approach Brunhild to help them win against Peyton, or get Peyton.
Or just to make him think that Peyton's more of a serious issue than he thinks it is.
Yeah.
And promise our assistance in order to. We don't have to do it. Just promise it. We could play double. We could double play him.
We could say, hey, if you want to connect with people, come to this, event we're organizing.
Yeah,
and it'll legitimize them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Connect with the people. Connect with the, humble folk crowd. There we go. Okay.
Make him think Peyton's a bigger issue than it is to get him to come to our stone soup event.
Okay, so let's meet with Brunhild.
Okay. So Brunhild has 2 residences. He has a place that he lives in the canopy, and then he's got a residence in his district.
He's probably in the canopy.
It's election season, so it might be there, but I guess you want to go to the canopy for what. That's probably where he gives like a reference.
That too. We could jiggle the canopy because he seems like a snobby bastard. He probably lives in the canopy all the time. It's what I think.
Well, 50-50, let's go.
Let's do
Where are they
this
here in the
thing.
canopy?
I think I remember the canopy has platforms though that we have to get between to get up there, right?
Yeah.
It's vast sprawling metropolis.
As we mentioned, they have platforms that are separated by distance. They are intended for birds to fly across, or glide across, rather. But there are workarounds for humble folk. Like there are some rope bridges and
Well, you could
like,
just get on my
networks.
back and I would
It takes
fly.
longer. But yeah, I mean, you guys have already dealt with this thing
Yeah,
once,
yeah.
so we're not going to have it be a
Okay.
problem every time you guys move
Okay.
around in the canopy.
Is this Skyrim?
This is RPG playlist, peaceful travel music.
Okay, alright.
Oh boy, it's so high.
Let's go.
I'm dangling above like a mile,
Hold on with your last 3 hands. Oh,
So
wait,
his
you didn't
estate
use a hand.
is its own branch.
Yeah.
There's a set of stairs that go up it to where it sprawls out into various twigs and shrouded areas. You see like the main part of the house in front of you, but then various towers and wings are hidden behind parts of the canopy.
Well, since you're very knowledgeable about the mythical beast, then maybe you could talk with him about them. Maybe he'll show you his menagerie, because you're such an expert.
Oh my god, this is the greatest idea ever! I'm gonna go up to the steps and just...
Yeah, it's there's a iron wrought gate, and 2 members of the perch guard are standing in front of it.
Hello.
Ma'am?
Hi, we have a very important information we must discuss regarding the re-election campaign of Mr. Brunhild in his district in the middle of the trunk place.
Okay, one perch guard just turns to the other one and goes, right, I'll get Thomas. My turn. And he opens the door, closes it behind him, walks the long path up to the house, knocks on it. Butler comes to the door, follows him back down to the gate. It's a small, wiry Corvum, elegantly dressed. Cocks his head and looks at you. Yes? I
Hello?
don't believe we're expecting anyone.
No, this is actually so unexpected of us, but it's actually super blessed of us to be here. We are here to help Mr. Brunhild with his re-election campaign against the Peyton. I am a fellow magical creature lover myself, and I hear he is quite versed in them, and I wouldn't be ashamed for me to see
I'm
someone-
sorry, you hear what?
Yeah, I'm here for that. To help him. To help him get re-elected. I just don't... I've heard through the grapevine that he likes, like me, I study magical creatures at the avium. And
I don't know what you've heard, but there is no basis to those rumors.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but we would still like to get him re-elected, and I think it's very important that we discuss with him our plan to help him get that.
Why don't you tell me your plan, and then I will relay it to him.
Because it's a very sensitive plan. And I don't think you understand the sensitivity of this plan.
I think I understand all too well.
I'm gonna look at my friends and be like, I don't know.
You could roll me a social.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll,
You got your manipulator.
I roll
Persuasion.
manipulator?
Do it.
Manipulator.
Tap your traits.
I'm gonna
Spell
tap,
persona.
I'm gonna tap my deception, my racial nature to get my will in here, because
So you wanna-
deceive is my nature.
So you're going to add your nature.
I'm gonna add
So
my
you wanna
nature.
spend persona point.
Percent.
Do you have a persona point to spend?
Yeah, I do.
The accusatoriness.
Yeah, I do. Fuck you. How dare you speak to me?
Okay. Now what do I do?
So should we help you somehow to give you more dice?
Anybody want to give me more than 9?
I will give you a die.
With what?
It's not scrolling super well. With my persuader.
I'll give
Just
you
gonna
one
nod like this.
with administrator.
You are a bird person too, right?
Exactly.
So that does give you a bit of
It does. I also haven't spoken much, so I,
I think
feel
this
I'm
might
still
be
respected.
enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2,
Just barely.
3.
Barely.
We
Okay,
can
what
advise it
are
to
you
the-
saying? Give me your pitch.
Okay, like this is something that unfortunately We just cannot entrust in the hands of just anybody. And I respect you very much. Thomas is your name, right?
Yes.
But there's a lot of sensitivity to this, and we've just come from assisting the council in many other matters, and it's very important to us that this get directly to him right now because time is of the essence, and we really need to get his yes/no answer from him directly today in order to make this work properly.
Are you burping butterflies?
Yeah, I'm gonna as occasionally a butterfly will come out.
Kind of like
That's a nervous tick.
reaches up his hand and lets a butterfly alight on it. Looks at it. Looks at your cleric robes, looks at all of your hides, looks at your obviously magical tome that you're lugging around.
It's just like,
Well, I suppose you're not the average rabble that comes through here. Come with me. We'll see if we can get you an audience.
I love an audience.
So,
But I
official
really just
sounds
feel
like
the Dr. Bruno.
One of the perch guards just goes, "Really?" and then opens the door.
We're adventurers. You don't want to mess with us.
Okay. He hobbles back up the path and opens the door to the estate. Inside, it is opulent, well-maintained, but sort of no real signs of personal decoration or effects. Just a lot of glistening marble and boring statues.
Blank council member house.
Yes.
Yay.
Thomas walks into an atrium, which is well furnished with a lot of reclining couches. Says, "Have a seat. I will inform the master."
I want to do something.
Okay.
I want to use my Arcana, and I want to see if I can feel the traces of magical beings or anywhere residue from them.
Sure.
In the home or on the people, because I don't know.
You have sniff of the magic.
It'll be 4. I
Yes.
need more dice because I have 3 Arcana.
So, Tyler.
Yeah.
Is it illegal?
It sounds pretty illegal.
To own a griffin? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. You can have a pet dog, but you can't chain up a unicorn.
Right?
Yeah.
What if I'm
pretty
whipping it
illegal.
a lot?
Okay, wait. Then I'm gonna...
More than you think would be reasonable for a unicorn.
A, it's somewhat sensitive. B, it's probably very dangerous, so...
Not after you whip it.
Are we sitting in the waiting room without anybody in there?
Yeah, he goes off to
Okay,
get the dog.
I'm gonna
no
be
listening
guys,
devices.
guys. This is super important. It does not sound like it's super legal to have a griffin, so I need a little bit of help. Do you guys see the trails of the magic creatures? Do you guys have that ability too, or is that just a me thing? Can you please help me? I'm asking for dice, because I'm not gonna pass this check.
I'll help you with sorcery or some detect magic or something.
Will spend a persona point and add my nature to Hunter, giving me 12 dice to help her with her roll.
Does that work like that?
No, you
Because
just...
I really hope it
You
works.
will hunt where this griffin is, because I'm a goddamn tracker.
Yeah, so that would be a valid use of Hunter to give her a die.
1 dice.
No, she's not doing it, I'm doing it.
Ah, so you're trying.
She's already doing the roll.
Oh, I don't.
Why?
I don't.
Because she wants to sniff on magic and you're just off there hunting with this beast. So,
Or
so
you
independent
could do
checks.
it. You could are you thinking you could do it maybe?
I have stealth and animal tracking
Is it better than
and animal husbandry. It's my wheelhouse.
I mean, you can help him with your...
Yeah, you can help
I
me.
should have help him find the griffin. That's what I'm going to do. Sounds like he has a lot of power.
Okay, so what are you doing?
And then she says there's a griffin here. I'm going to track it.
See if I traces of it.
So you're going to leave the atrium?
Yeah, I'm pretty stealthy. I can do that.
Okay.
Just put a little dummy of yourself.
So you're going to need to make a stealth check first.
Oh boy. It's going to be great. You want to start helping me? Because that's 2 dice right now. I'm not great at stealth. I tapped all my quiet natures.
It's my nature to be shit, I don't know. I could give you. I could cast a little spell to help you to quiet your footsteps.
You actually can't.
Like,
Ooh, anti-magic field.
shit, fuck!
That's why it was an OB4 check.
Ah.
For Arcana.
Okay, I'll help with my history. You know, like, oh, this is probably what they have the gardens in this, operational thing.
I'll
that's
use my lore because I
established.
know so much about magical
Lore would fly.
creatures.
Yeah.
Also,
Or
don't you have a wise for the
Yeah,
magical
actually, I'm
creatures?
gonna use mythical beast wise.
And then you get a check for
RD
it.
gives you 2 dice,
Okay.
and Peter gives you 1.
That's it.
5 dice.
On an OB2 check.
1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay. So you sneak out of the atrium. You see Thomas, pattering up the stairs towards the 2nd floor. It's probably going to take him some time to go and get this guy because it's a palatial estate. And you have the run of the place.
Perfect. I'm going to start tracking Griffin by scent, smell, markings, Griffin feathers, Griffin drawings. The sound of a Griffin. A place big enough to hold a Griffin. I'm an animal man.
I'm an animal man. That's funny.
Larger than a horse, smaller than a house.
Yeah. Give me hunting, I guess.
Give me hunt.
Oh, meat potato salad.
Is anyone helping you on this?
Okay. I'm going to trap my nature and give myself 6 extra dice.
Mythical beast wise.
Yep.
Just like I'm very, and also lore. Can I
Yep.
get both? Mythical beast wise and lore.
Wait, what was the
Because
OB?
one is a skill and one is a wise.
Yeah.
It's 4.
And I'm giving you 2 dice.
1 sec.
So I guess I'm gonna help with administrator, because hey, it's not just Griffin, it's everything that needs to feed it and get rid of it, so there's a little bit of back and
Sure.
forth going there.
Sure.
It's gotta be some infrastructure in place for this.
Yes.
3,
Logistics.
4, 5, 6. Okay, 2 from you.
One from me.
7, 8, 9. I'm gonna tap my nature up.
Shit.
What, Peter?
Well, you could always use fate to do rerolls of 6s.
Fine.
If that,
I will spend a fate point.
I mean,
Not a persona point.
that's after you roll.
You roll first, and then
Can
you see if you get any
tap your
sixes.
nature as many times as you want to assess it. And you have points for it.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of 6s.
So then usually
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Without
Nice.
So
a
there
fate
you go
point.
already. So you steal through the estate like a thief. Are you guys going with when you help, or are you just giving
we should
advice?
probably stay there.
You should probably not try to be stealthy with me looking at
Okay.
you both.
So you guys inform him of what you think is going on here, and you lock in that information, and you set out. You see a bunch of servants, moving up and down through the corridors, but you manage to deke past and avoid them. And you head to where you think the griffin would be, which is in a large tower at the back. You go up and up and up, up, and you arrive at a bare room where there is nothing but straw, chains, and a griffin.
Shit.
Oh shit, it's there.
Yeah.
There we have confirmed the
It
griffin.
sees you and starts squawking.
I'll try to make like a friend motion.
Okay.
Ooh, pa. Ooh.
Does it?
You want to give me some animal husbandry?
Yeah, I can do animal husbandry. That sounds good to you.
Do you have anything that's working with you in this situation?
I'm a friend to the animals. I smell like animals. I live out in the woods.
You're quiet, so you can make it
I have the
work. You
quiet
already-
trait 2 times.
Didn't you already spend it twice though?
Yeah, I haven't used it. I still have it. I have large 2 times. I'm still large.
Oh,
It's
now
going
you're
to be
small.
2.
Pardon?
It's going to be 2 to calm it down.
That's not bad. Okay, I got 4 dice. I feel like I can wing it.
Oh, Lord. Have mercy.
5, 5, 6, 4.
Wow.
4
You
successes.
calm the griffin.
The griffin disappears.
It settles back down into the ground, sort of eases against its chains, cocks its head, and looks you up and down.
Huh. Now that I'm here in my head, I could just free it.
Shit.
And if I did, we'd have no leverage. But it's the right thing to do. How hard it would be to break these chains or get these chains off this griffin?
They're iron chains.
What are they attached to? What are they anchored to?
Stone floor.
Not like
Driven
really
in.
cheap wooden stakes in the ground.
It's
that
a griffin.
Everden could have
It's
put
a
out?
griffin.
It's not an elephant.
Okay, well, what covers lockpicking in this game?
Sleight of hand. Which I have.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Alright, well, I don't have that.
Beginner's luck.
So, I'm pretty sure
Are you really strong?
pick a lock isn't in my nature.
Yeah, you could just try and rip it up with health.
Or maybe you could work with the griffin and just rile it up as an animal tamer to discover the strength it didn't have.
Radius keys. Gonna need those keys, yeah.
I think if his griffin escapes...
No, I'll take out candle wax, push it into the little chain lock, and take it out and just hold on to that.
Okay.
Ooh, are they all the same lock?
Take the imprints.
I'm gonna take a gamble on it. I've never met a chain maker who made separate keys for his chain manacles. He probably has one mold for it in his blacks. He probably not. They probably have one mold in their blacksmith foundry that they tinker with and just pour into. I think that's how that worked back in the day.
So Thomas comes back downstairs.
Yeah, I'll try.
Followed by.
I'll try to make my way back in.
Okay, so you try and sneak back in. Okay. He is followed by an enormously fat Strig.
Wow.
So these are the people you thought it was worth my time to talk to? And Thomas kind of cocks his head. Yes. This is them.
What's his species?
Corbin.
Oh, and there's a string.
So he's like a...
Oh, no. Oh, which one?
The fat one.
He's a
Strig.
Strig. He's an owl.
An owl, okay.
Like a big fat.
I was picturing a really
Fluffy
fat
owl.
chicken, so I was like, oh,
Don't worry, just feathers.
Now-
especially because it's like a southern accent, so like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So you come back
If I were
down.
a druid, one of the druid spells is Rusting Grasp. It would have been so easy.
We only have magic, but this is an anti-magic field, remember?
Been funny though.
So you come down the stairs and you see the back of Thomas and Brunhild
Do we see?
speaking to these guys. Yeah, you see him.
I'll just walk
sees you.
past them and
Oh, did
join
you
the
find?
group.
Did you find
Okay.
the bathroom?
Yes.
Oh, got it. Oh yes, we are very worth talking to, Mr. Thornhill. My name is Luna, and I reach out my wing to shake. And my name is Luna. I come from the avian. I'm a very magical creature. As in, I like magic. Wink, wink.
I see. Thomas, you can leave us now.
That was all it took. So, we're here to help you.
And how are you going to help me?
We are very, very strong, very, very capable people, and we hear that you have a problem. Your problem is one that you don't even know that you have yet. That is how good we are. We know that you have a problem before you know that you have a problem. That is where our talents lie, you see. Now, Mr. Bloom.
Make sense, woman.
I make so much sense. I sometimes I even make dollars. Okay. So, you have a person that is running against you in your district named Peyton, correct? Oh, I know you scoff now, but I have to tell you right now that things are not good. You might think they are good because we sit in canopy, and sometimes, we're up in the canopy, we don't see the things that happen down at the bottom as much as we think that we see. We see through different lens, you see? And you're seeing through what we call the rose-colored glasses. And it's not very good. You put on the real glasses, you see, holy shit, this is not very good. So, listen here, Mr. Brunhild. This man, he is appealing to the nature of the people for change and revolution. He's very loud. And you may dismiss his beliefs, but the people down below do not dismiss his belief at all. They think, oh shit, this is pretty good shit.
I'm in touch with my constituents, and I'm aware that there is a vocal minority that supports this upstart. But I assure you, all of the polling shows that he is not a concern.
I think that you need to discuss maybe where you're taking that polling from, because it is not accurate. Because a lot of times the people who are the most vocal aren't always represented in those polling numbers. Maybe the ones that are feeling these things internally, they are scared to express it, but when I was down there, I tell you what, it is a much different scenario, especially if we go all the way down to think where the refugees are, and this issue that we're having.
The
with them.
refugees don't vote for me.
Yes, but the way that you're
Raise
handling
a
them.
clawed hand in the background as you guys are passionately going.
You don't understand. Explain what I did.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, do they not?
Finally, someone talking sense.
What would you say if I told you that Anne and Hildegard were working together as a result of this very troublesome time in the voters' minds?
I wouldn't be overly surprised. Anne works with anyone.
That was it. That's all I had. That was my round of the chamber, guys. Good luck. I'm not actually good at politics, guys. I just don't say a lot in sessions.
So, it's a big
So you want to make...
Devin's
I
like,
want to
I'm
convince-
Devin, not actually good at politics. You guys just let me talk long enough, usually.
I want to.
And
want to make a roll
I want
see
to
if you can
manipulate
convince
him. I want to use manipulator to try and one-on-one convince him, and I want to tap into my nature.
So, manipulator and orator are for groups.
No,
One is
I thought
honest,
manipulator was
one is
one-on-one.
dishonest.
I thought
Persuader and deceiver are one-on-one.
Oh, I thought manipulator was one-on-one earlier. Oh. Because I used deceiver on the crowd.
I may have mixed it up then.
Okay.
But that's how it's supposed to be.
Oh.
So which one do you have?
Manipulator is higher than deceiver, so that's why.
We have both, so that's good. Right?
Yeah, I have a
Right.
3 in manipulator and a 2 in deceiver.
Get some help.
I mean, you can get one for me just from the persuasion I just dropped there.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So is it to be deceiver then? So
Okay. And I'm gonna help you, well, with poor wise, because we're talking about the poor people here. And administrator, I guess, because we're talking about the politics.
Okay.
You pull up some facts and figures that
Is
support
this like a
what
contested
she's
check
saying.
or is this like...
Yes, it's contested. We roll against each other.
Okay, how many are we rolling? I have 1 pass.
I have 2.
I'm gonna use my fate point to reroll my 6. 2 passes.
So we tie.
Do you want to get some checks by breaking the tie in their favor?
Oh shit.
You get 2, I think.
2 checks.
I think it's
Where is it?
maybe.
Just
No, there's 2 when it's a versus check and then blah blah blah, but I'll double check.
it's got here.
Yeah, it says you break a tie in your opponent's favor, you can only use it as a versus test. Yeah, I kind of want those checks, I guess, so I'm gonna break the tie in his favor.
Yeah, you just get 1 check.
I thought I got 2.
No, you get 1.
You get 2 for the versus check.
Was it not a versus check?
In the
No.
versus,
It says break tie earns 2 checks. Break a tie in your opponent's favor.
Can you pause?
Yeah, 1 sec. Alright, we're back.
That's a lot of fancy talk and $5 words, lady, but I'm afraid I'm not convinced.
Well, that's
Now, if you've nothing else to say, I'm going to have to ask you to leave
I-
my atrium so I can
I
have a
don't-
talk with my staff about who we're letting through the door.
I was so hoping Thomas was going to get in trouble.
I have to have one more discussion with you. If that is okay, Mr. Bumble, I have the rotation.
You can say what you have to say on the way out.
Well, it is very important. I have.
Then I
one
suggest you speak a
as
little bit
somebody-
faster, lady.
As somebody who appreciates the benefits of magic and how it can interact with us as people in the bird folk, and maybe other creatures itself as well. I'm not saying anything in particular. I really want to see you re-elected, and I think it will be in your best interest to participate in a stone soup event that we are having. Because I want to see you re-elected as a fellow person who also appreciates, and I'm gonna like casually flip through my tone, magic.
Where do you live, lady? Are you in my district?
No, but I am.
So you can't even vote.
I can't.
Burn.
But it doesn't mean that I don't have a vested interest in a fellow passionate lover of people and creatures.
He opens the gate. I'm going to say good day for now.
You're going to be making a big mistake.
So
I tried everything I could.
I'm gonna very politely start to leave with everyone, and before I go, I'll walk by and be like, I do want to say thank you for taking the time to meet us. I do know you and your kin are busy. I couldn't help but bring a gift, though. I was told it was respectful in these types of scenarios. Am I right? I don't want to embarrass you.
That's very polite, but I assure you unnecessary.
Well, I can't really do anything with it, so I'll just go into my, how would you call it, a griffin feather that has a nice little bow in it. I'm told you're a collector.
What did you say your name was?
I don't believe I did.
And let's just leave.
Have a good stay in our city.
I'll walk with.
After we leave,
I don't answer you while we're still on the premise.
no,
I don't
Once
make
we-
eye contact.
once we leave, I will then go, did you find it?
That's exactly where you said it'd be.
Lord have mercy on all of us, we are so...
I'll take out the wax imprint I took of inside of the manacle. We just need to get a blank made.
And then get back in somehow. We're
Well-
pretty fucked on that.
You know, probably
Yes, I was hoping that door would have stayed open a little bit longer.
I tried.
It'll be probably a busy re-election season if we go and support Peyton now.
Let's go support Peyton. I'm saying 100%. Let's go say fuck you, Brunheld, and support Peyton fully, but like quietly. More quiet than I'm meant to be speaking right now. If we make Peyton more of an issue, and we make this bigger of an issue, then he will have no choice but to come to us for help. I might not
Either
want
or.
to after that, though.
Well, we could definitely support him, and so on and so on.
He did not like me very much. I don't understand. Most people very much like me. I don't get it sometimes. Am I doing something wrong?
You're very energetic, and he doesn't seem to be that type.
Well, I don't know how to be any other way.
I know.
What is the solution then? Do I make him more energetic? So should we drag him to give him more energy and then he'd be on my level? And then he understand more? Or is that not effective? Is it also illegal? I don't know.
Well, let's move on, I guess.
I guess our next step is to go talk to the other one, what is his name again?
We can talk to Mirabelle,
Oh, shit.
or we can talk to Fendrel.
Let's talk to Mirabelle and Fendrel. Let's talk to Fendrel.
Okay.
Where is Fendrel live?
Wait, what's Mirabelle's deal? She's a German.
Yeah.
Should we...
But she's
Should
voted
go-
regardless.
What's
Wait,
the name
there's
of
a
that
jury
person?
on the council?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one. There's like two, I think, actually.
There's a gerbine and a hedge.
All right, let's go talk to her, because she's a Gerbine and will likely not be living in such a nice place that she will be easier to get access to.
And then in the grander palatial estate, for 200 Gerbine.
And I'll go talk to Bertie Sanders.
I definitely picture Brunhild or whatever his name is in like white pants with thin red suspenders.
I say.
Yeah.
Foghorn Leghorn.
I was going to do that for a Gallus if you talk to one.
Right? Because he's a
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah. So Mirabella then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So she represents the Underroots. And most days you can find her doing community outreach.
So she's probably in the Underroots then. You wanna go all the way down, though, go all the way back, or do you wanna go to for the other person? While we're here with the purchase.
Wait, so we cover our bases while we're over here?
Where's Fendrel? Is he in the up or down?
Let me look at my map.
Squeaky map.
Yeah.
Thanks, Humblewood people.
It's beautiful though.
He's very pretty.
Like all all the stuff that came with this Humblewood box is amazing.
He is in the trunk market. He runs a shipping concern. He owns most of the lift elevators that go up and down, and imports and exports from there.
Okay, so I guess on the way down we'll be talking with Peyton, then talking with him, talking with her, I guess. And if we want to go in order. Right.
Yeah, let's totally bang the shit out of Peyton.
What?
Okay.
You're very good at paying attention. We're gonna go talk to Peyton first, then we're gonna go talk to other people after. I didn't pay that much attention either.
Well, we're talking to the gerbil.
Yeah, I guess the order doesn't really matter.
No, the
Who
reason
cares about the order?
because the gerbine is at the bottom of the tree and you're currently at the top.
Errors! We're not walking.
No. We have to play out the travel time in real time.
Fuck. Let's just go.
Yeah, everyone be silent for 45 minutes while you go to the bottom.
So elevator music. Bum, bum, bum. Mass Effect elevators to hide the loading times. It's going real slow, like.
We're just gonna go meet the gerbil person.
Okay, so you guys head into the underroots. It is tangled and crowded. There are people living in small, dilapidated houses everywhere. They're often crammed full of 2 or 3 families. People are living out on the street. This is where most of the refugees who have made it into Alderheart now live. So you see people pushing around everywhere. A lot of people asking for handouts. Conditions are not great. The perch guard is enforced down here, but unlike up above where there were individual officers who were arrayed around on street corners, they march in full formation through the streets. You never see less than 5 or 6 of them at a time.
Welcome to my home!
We're down at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And nobody wants to help anybody. I'm feeling very, very much awoken.
So you guys managed to find out just from word on the street that Mirabella is currently overseeing a soup kitchen.
Oh, she sounds like a blessed being.
Looks can be deceiving. And some people just do it for, the optics.
Devin, can you stop pumping your foot?
Oh my god. I'm just wiggling my foot because it's
Shake, shake, shake. You're shaking the foundations.
I get energetic.
The tower shall crumble.
It's not that I can feel it, it's that I can see it in the corner of my vision.
So instead of her leaving, or averting your gaze.
Get some horse blinders.
Merry Christmas. Wow. That is one gift you should not buy somebody.
So it's a kitchen. It's made out of one of the roots. People are lined up 4 blocks around to get in.
Well, I guess we can go and help out the soup kitchen as well. Get our own paws dirty. So I guess we walk past and...
Okay, someone puts their hands. Hey, there's a line, buddy.
We are here to help, not to consume.
We need to help, yeah.
Yeah? How exactly? Don't look like you're carrying any food. Back of the line.
Was that spell called with the magic berries?
Yeah, good berries.
Good
The
berries.
magic berries.
Good berries.
I'm
Stand.
actually a very talented sorceress, and I'm here to help enchant the food and hopefully make it tastier and make it go farther. And bird butterflies.
Well, you're dressed well enough.
I don't think the way that we dress.
Kind of rubs his paw on your cleric outfit. Sorry.
I live here. I'm from that, parish over there. We also do soup kitchens. Come by for a sermon every now and then. Okay, we go.
We just go.
Good. The line funnels into a room where there are rows and rows of tables, and then a long counter at the back where mostly Gerbine, but some hedges, some Vulpins, some Apaches are behind there in aprons, just ladling out soup, giving it out to people.
Well,
Look at me. None of you fucking look at me. I'm a goddamn predator raptor with axes and meat clothes on me made from dried meat.
well, this is my first time in the soup kitchen, so I just
Talk to literally anyone else.
grab some apron from a cook and go and start helping.
Okay.
I'm gonna enchant the spoons and like try to like set up a station that's working itself to start like enchanting so it's gonna extra bodies to dwell out the soup.
Okay. Give me an OE1 sorcery.
Or would it be enchanting or sorcery?
I guess if you're doing something permanent or semi-permanent, it's ritual.
Oh, okay. A ritual sorcery or a ritual enchanting?
There is no enchanting.
Oh,
It's
what
sorcery
about
or
enchanting?
ritual. I don't know why you have enchanting as a thing.
That's just the thing that I got as a sorcerer in the character thing.
Are you sure about that?
We sat together and went over it.
So it is.
So it is.
Remove that.
That
Your
is
face
supposed to
red.
be ritual. My face is always red. That is supposed to be ritual, which
Oh.
also explains why you don't have ritual.
Well, there we go.
That's why you had problems.
Lessons
No
learned.
one proofread this for me.
Of course.
Is Mirabelle there?
Would you know her by sight?
Lord have mercy, no.
Not all JRPGs look the same.
I'm looking for a Mirabelle. I need to help her. Mirabelle? Anybody know where Mirabelle is? I'm like,
Well, first do your stuff, and then you can.
Well, I want her to see me do it so I can use it to leverage her.
Uh,
Yeah.
So remember how Peter was saying some people only do it for the optics?
Just as skeezy as that other politician lady you were talking to.
Well, it's for the better. It's for the greater
And this is
good.
one already on the council. This isn't Bertie Sanders, right?
Yeah.
This is someone on the council. Mirabelle.
So one of the Gerbines, an older lady with a lot of gray fur, who's laying on soup, goes, "Yes, I'm Maribel."
Hi, I'm here. My name is Luna. I'm here to help. I'm just curious.
Great. Well, grab a bowl, grab a ladle, pitch in.
Is there anything that, like, that's the only thing you need? Okay. And then I'm gonna, like, make them do their thing magically and start, like, setting up stations to start, like, how long would it take for me to do a ritual to, like, semi-permanently make this a thing? To, like,
Probably like an hour.
shit, well, then I guess I'm just gonna help.
Okay.
Laborer check.
So you two start ladling out soup.
Yep. I guess while we're laddering, we always talk with her on the job, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chat away.
Mirabelle, you do so much for your community.
Oh, thank you. I help where I can.
I'm so curious, like, why you are voting the way that you are voting with Gallup.
What do you mean? That's a bit of a forward question,
I'm
don't you
very
ask?
for- I'm
I
very
vote in the interest of my constituents.
Do you feel like that is in the interest of?
Yes. Are you a reporter?
No, I'm not. I'm actually not smart to be a reporter. I'm just a magical bird.
No, she's holding the ladle with 2 fingers so to get too dirty.
Just a magical bird with, like, concern for people. Very newfound concern, honestly, for people. I'm only recently becoming concerned about others.
It's important that all of these displaced people find a home and settlement of their own. We need to get them set up and self-sufficient.
Oh, I'm in the exact same page. I'm just worried that we don't find the most safe place for them and then it becomes a bigger issue later down the road. I don't want the people to be hurt because that would not be in their best interest.
Well, I note your concerns.
Yeah, so I think that we should, like, settle them a little closer. We're actually looking to help resettle them, believe it or not. My friend Pipsqueak and I don't know where Redbeard
I
went.
assure you we've looked fully into the situation and considered a variety of options, and this is the best for them.
Are you, like, I've heard that it might not be. And I'm
Well,
very
I
worried.
don't know where you're getting your information from, but I've been very close to this issue for some time.
As have I. We have just been helping refugees over in Town and helping towns over there. We're hearing these concerns. And
Oh, that's great. How is Tin Town?
oh, it's a shit show. Unfortunately, we tried very hard.
Well, a fifth of it burned down, and a fifth of its people are now here.
Yeah, we tried very hard, and in the process, we actually lost a dear friend. And
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, it's very tragic, and because of that, we were very concerned that it could keep happening. And having seen the front lines ourselves of the fires and of the destruction, I feel that it is not best. We've been at the other hands of the bandits, and if we move people too far to the east, they themselves could just become more bandits, and they will just come back to wreak more havoc on your people here. And the bandits, who do they affect? They do not affect the people in the canopy, they affect the people here more than they would affect anybody up there. So of course they don't give as much of a shit as you do. And I don't want these people to get hurt again and again and again by the bad decisions of the people that do not have to see the effect of it.
I can see you have a very kind heart.
Yes, it's very kind.
Well,
I really like the opportunity, and my friend Pinsky and I, we really want to change our mind and let us help as well, because we feel like we have a very good plan to resettle the people a little bit better, a little more safer, and to prevent this from happening in the future again and again and again, and to cause more harm to your constituents, which would not be good. I think I did a good job. I actually might have done a good job. Which is impressive.
Maybe as Luna's planning all about, I'd like to do some insight check, maybe like, working closer with her and, start to speak her language, like, going into Gerbine as we're like, both working the whole soup here to, figure out like what's she trying to get here, because like, I'm also from this place. I'm her constituent, so I know her voting habits and I also know Galan pretty well. So like trying to piece it by being closer to them. So I guess I'd also like to tap my nature for this.
Okay.
And roll 1, 2, 3, 4,
OB2.
6, 7, 8. I'll be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow. You really nailed that.
Yeah.
So you draw a bead on this woman almost instantly. She's very open. She's very giving. It's easy to see right through her because she's not really hiding a lot.
Yeah.
She cares about her community. She cares about these people. She's doing what she thinks is best. But anytime Luna mentions anything about the vote, she just shuts down. Just like Iron Castle. It's like someone flips a switch and there's just sort of no negotiation.
So I guess from that I glean that, she doesn't want to vote this way, but she has to because there's some other influences.
That would be a good insight.
Yeah, so leverage that. I guess that we need to approach her about that, say, we understand, that there are politics at play, so that we don't vote the way, vote with our heart, and so on and so on. Is there anything we could do to help you? So,
not a bad tactic,
yeah.
But in a crowded soup kitchen surrounded by volunteers is maybe not the best time to do it.
We could try and invite her to come, after the soup kitchen and, have a private meeting.
Yeah,
Because even if she's amenable to that, she's not going to expose her secrets in front of.
Sure. So I guess we can, arrange a meeting afterwards.
I thought we were gonna kidnap her. We'd like to take you as a token of our thanks for all you do. We'd like to have dinner with you and talk to you a little bit further about how we would like to help.
Once the subscription is closed for the night, we can always stay and
Help clean up.
have a meal here as well ourselves without anybody else. What the people. Eventually, this will run out.
Yeah, so if you work long into the night, eventually they do run out of food and they close down and people start cleaning up and volunteers start leaving. And she stays to close the whole place down. Well, I really appreciate the way that you all showed up and just pitched in.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
Is it just us now?
Yeah, sure.
Have
It's
you
the four of
relayed it to me that you think that there's undue influence on her?
I guess we could,
Maybe take a break and you're like, oh, hey.
You use the secret hand signal.
No. Mirabelle, we understand there's a lot of things that happen and a lot of politics. And like, as we've gotten to know
Please,
you,
it's been a long night. I'd rather not talk politics.
well, as we've gotten to know you, I see you are a person who votes usually with their heart, and I just want to see if there's anything we could do to help you to vote the way that I believe that your heart is leaning, much like my heart, which is very pure.
Okay, one of you is gonna have to make a roll.
Oh shit! All right. Persuasion, which I just got.
Yeah, do it.
It's a persuasion is 2 though. Does anyone have anything higher?
I have orator, but I'm not going to make an orator check here.
Scream it from the rooftops.
So I can give you a poor wise though, and probably insight as a help. We've cracked this.
Okay, and do you have anything to contribute to this?
I haven't said one word this whole time, I don't think.
No.
And I'm not really sure what her deal is because she's guarded. I don't really have anything for getting past that.
Don't you have anything about social sneaking?
No, not at all. Like,
Okay.
I didn't get to choose my skills. I picked them from packages.
Okay.
I don't think I got anything for you.
Do it,
on
roll
this narrative.
You're lucky.
I got 2.
I got 1.
Aha. Check on the poor wise.
You seem like good, trustworthy people. People with worldly knowledge.
We do a lot of things.
Maybe there is a way you could help me out. But I'd rather not speak of it here. And it's something that is maybe best shown rather than explained. Meet me at this location. And she hands you writes down a address on a scrap of paper, passes it over to you. In 3 days' time. And we'll see if we can't come to more of a understanding.
Well, definitely we can do that.
I love meeting people with nondescript voices. This is like totally
maybe that's where we
biology.
should wrap. It's
Sure.
getting a little late.
Yeah, alright. I think that's good. We met a bunch of people, did a bunch of role play.
Okay, I was Tyler.
Peter.
Devin.
RD.
And this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.